Alright, so FPV, or first person view. This is where I can't see anything except for what the drone sees. I put those goggles on, and it's like driving a car where you can only see out the front windshield. There's no sensors. It takes a lot of concentration. The batteries on FPV drones last a lot shorter. 4 to 7 minutes is a good flight time, whereas a Mavic 3 might have 40 minutes or a Mavic 2 might have 25 minutes. This is also completely manual flight, so it's higher risk. You can get better, smoother shots, but most of them are on an action camera, so there's not a real good depth of field focus. Like right now my face is in focus, the background isn't. It's hard to get those on the action cameras of drones. For FPV flights, I really like to stabilize them. It won't look good if you don't stabilize it. The motor noise from FPV drones is like a dustbuster blind, and so flying around and trying to get clean audio is impossible. Everything sound-wise in the video is recorded either on ground level or added with one of the sound studios that I subscribe to. So all of the audio is created in editing. Also, I don't think that the FPV shots look near as good if you have to cut or separate in them. So I like to completely plan out a flight, fly that several times, and then make sure I get a nice smooth shot that I can speed up without distracting from the eye. Because of the speed that you're going and the motion of the drone, I shoot in a much higher frame rate for FPV shots. So it's easy to slow it down and get very clear footage. I usually shoot in 4K, 120 frames a second. So action cameras and drone cameras specifically struggle in low light situations because they have smaller sensors. The camera I'm shooting on right now only shoots 4K, but the image sensor size is huge compared to my cell phone, which shoots in 8K, but it doesn't let much light in, it doesn't get much information. Also, on the FPV drones, the range is largely limited by their environment. So if I'm inside of a concrete building, I'm not going to be able to go as far and see clearly as if I'm on top of a concrete building or in an open field. Lots of things affect this differently. The water in trees is a big blocker, steel, metal. So I like to look at the area beforehand and pick out the safest spot and where I can get a clean shot. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, always feel free to call or text me.